Hi everybody, in this video we are reviewing our Excursion Pro K2 Inflatable Kayak. This kayak is a two-person kayak that is incredibly portable. It comes with a bag to carry it, two paddles, and a pump to inflate it. We live in an RV and it is easy to store both in the trailer or truck. It weighs about 35 pounds and has allowed us to take advantage of paddling opportunities whenever we find them.
So we're getting pretty good at blowing this up. It takes me about 4 minutes now. We just timed it. So overall, we're in the water in less than 10 minutes, just about every time.
The pump does have an inflate and deflate side. They're labeled.
So this is perfectly light enough to carry by myself. As you can see, it's not a lot of effort, but it's incredibly awkward. So it does help to have a partner when you're trying to maneuver the kayak around when it's inflated. Paddles break down in half. It's pretty nice for storage. Simply lock in. You're ready to go. One thing is I wish they were a little bit longer paddles for me, and even Nicole wishes that they were longer, so that gives you an idea how short they are. If you wanted to upgrade, this would be a pretty easy thing. Just upgrade to a longer paddle. So I have everything ready to go. Kayak down by the water. This is possible for one person to carry all of this stuff. One of the keys to fitting everything in the bag, this bag isn't too bad as far as putting it back when you're done. One of the keys is the fold. The tighter you get it folded, the more room you'll have. We fit the pump in there numerous times. It also has our life jackets in there. So we're pretty much ready to go. Usually all we would need if we were taking this somewhere is these paddles. Now this is a lot of weight on my back. It's probably close to 40-45 pounds with the life jackets. I don't go backpacking, so that's pretty heavy for my back, but it's better than not being able to go or carrying a 80-pound canoe or whatever through the woods. So it is possible to take this places on a hike. The bottom of the kayak is fairly durable, but I wouldn't cut it with a knife. Any sharp rocks, probably not going to do well for it, but it's pretty thick. I feel like it's like a tire. So like going over rocks on the road isn't a huge issue, but if you go over something super sharp, you could puncture it. We've had no trouble so far. There's some nicks and stuff in it from stuff that we've hit, but I feel pretty confident. I wouldn't take it down a super rocky river, but for most normal things, I think it'll be fine. So we've been using this kayak for a little over a year now, and we've had it in the Sea of Cortez, numerous rivers, alpine glacial lakes, and we love this thing. Camping, it's small and compact. It's the only way that we would ever be able to get out in waters like these. So it's been really amazing for us. And you know, we get to go places like this and get these kind of shots right here when we're out in the water. But that doesn't mean it's without its flaws. So here we are in Loreto, Baja California Sur. We're in a national park, and this is deep water in the Sea of Cortez. I mean, deep is relative, it's not hundreds of feet deep, but this little inflatable kayak does not do very well in this deep of water. Now it comes with some skegs that I'm sure would help with stability and control, but we haven't used them since the very first time. It's really hard to get in and out with the skeg in the back. You're just dragging it along the bottom, and we end up in a lot of shallow water. So I'm sure that those would improve the stability. I have a really hard time steering, and I'm not an expert kayaker by any means, but it's really hard sometimes to get it to go the direction that I want it to, and then oversteering is a big problem. So like right now I'm paddling just on one side and I'm not turning. I'm actually going the wrong way, and that's a pretty common problem. So it could be from my lack of experience, or it could be a flaw in the kayak. It seems to be more pronounced than when we use other vessels. So there are two main issues that I see with the kayak, other than my lack of ability to steer. The seats are just not very comfortable. You're not going to want to go on an all-day, multiple-day excursion with this thing. There's not really any back support. You're just kind of sitting, and like there's no stop when you go to lean back. And so after being in the water for a while, you'll be sore. It's not going to be the most comfortable ride.
So the seats are a little different. They don't have a locking mechanism like the actual boat does. They just have this little plug. So you want to fill it partially full, and then there's Velcro at the bottom here, and you can put it to wherever you'd like. So when it's partially full, it's easier to fit in here. And then there's these straps that kind of can serve as like a backrest, and you just hook them in and then tighten them as much as you need. Once you have that, then you inflate it all the way. So this is my seat, and I got a hole in it somehow right at this little corner. It was right in here, and so I put some like E3000 glue on it. I didn't actually use a patch, I just kind of glued it, and it's been holding up pretty good.
The other issue that I have is that there are fishing rod holders right here, and where my seat goes, like when I paddle, most of the time it's fine. But if I'm in a hurry or trying to paddle, you know, through some wind or something, instead of just a little leisurely stroll, it's very easy for me to scrape my knuckles right across these rod holders. They're just hard plastic, and that hurts when you hit it. So they're just in a bad spot for me personally in the back of the kayak here. And I don't know of a fix as to what I could do to cover them up or something so that I don't hit my hands. And there's not another place I can put the seat that we found yet. So just something that I hit my knuckles a lot when we're trying to paddle through some waves or some wind or get somewhere fast.
So I'm about 5 foot and Kyle is about 6 foot, and we together fit okay in this kayak. We don't use the footrests. If I did, they would go like right here. And as you can see, like I just put my feet all the way up here. If I had the footrest in, I would be like this. That's not comfortable. And Kyle is able to stretch out, and he kind of props the back of my seat up with his feet sometimes. Space inside the kayak is limited. You pretty much just have under this area. I've got my shoes, and I can shove a few things under there. And the same within the back. But you're not going to take a cooler unless you're going to hook it up to an inner tube, and there are hooks that you could do that. Despite the drawbacks that we pointed out in this video, we absolutely love this kayak. It has opened up our opportunities so much. It's one thing to be camping at a lake or on a beach and just being able to look at it, but to go out in the water is something super cool. And whenever we want, we don't have to rent a kayak. If we would have had to rent a kayak every time we've used this, we would have, oh my God, quadrupled the cost. And just buying it alone has been such a great opportunity for us. Hopefully this video has helped you decide if you want to purchase one of these or not. If you have any other questions about the kayak, just let us know, drop us a comment. Otherwise, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.